Coming up, I'll show you how to prepare for a groundbreaking experience.
Later on, we'll find out just what Kirk Jowers is leaving the university for.
The following program is produced entirely by students in the Department of Communication at the University of Utah.
It is called NewsBreak. But just what is NewsBreak?
A production for students, by students.
For 43 years this year as of 2015.
I'm going from state to state.
For everybody,
welcome to a brand new semester of NewsBreak.
Welcome to our final episode of NewsBreak. I'm Marquis McLean. American Idol winner and country artist Scotty McCreery is headlining artists for this year's Grand Kerfuffle, along with other country artists Haley and Michaels and Aaron O'Sullivan, this Friday, April 24th in the Plaza area on campus. If you're interested in attending, tickets can be picked up at the UID with a UID at the Union Service Desk. Additional tickets are $5 each. If you're putting together your next class schedule, consider the Communication Department's course called TV Journalism. Let's take a look.
Is it your lifelong dream to be a media mogul? Do you see yourself as a news anchor or working behind the scenes in video production, even as a journalist? Look no further and see what the Communication Department can do for you. Get creative and get inspired by taking classes like video production, NewsBreak, TV journalism, photography, and many more classes to prepare you for a rewarding career in media. Go online to communication.utah.edu, check out the courses, and start following your dreams.
The university held its annual Shakeout to prepare students for a potential earthquake on campus. Matt Lindsley has the story.
Thursday, April 16th, 10:15 a.m. That is when an earthquake hit the University of Utah campus. Not an actual earthquake, however, but a drill for the Great Utah Shakeout. There were two separate drills in the Shakeout: the drop, cover, and hold drill, then the building evacuation drill. Emergency management at the U were the ones who put the event on, and Stuart Moffitt, the associate director at emergency management, was in charge in the field. So why did they put the event on?
Well, the Shakeout is from California. It's an earthquake drill, and about 3 years ago, the state of Utah adopted it, and at the same time, the University of Utah adopted it as a way for us to practice what we would do in an earthquake: to drop, to cover, to hold on, to protect ourselves.
Almost double of the expected students showed up Thursday to learn the drills. Stuart also gave us insight on what to do during an earthquake.
So in an earthquake, you want to drop down low to the ground before the earthquake drops you. Cover yourself, get under a chair or a table, and if you don't have a chair to get under your own hands. Cover your head, cover your neck. If you're outside, stay away from power lines and trees. And then hold on. This earth is going to shake, and if you're under a table, that table may want to be rolling backwards and forwards, so you got to hold on to it. If you're outside, just try to hold on to the person nearest you.
Once students exited their buildings, they then had to go to the closest station to check in.
The emergency assembly point, people are writing down their university network IDs, and it's kind of like a safe and well, so that we can collect them and report to senior administration. These are the people that we know that are safe and well, and let's start looking for the other people that we don't know where they are.
Once students went through their station, they were given a glow stick and a handbook for earthquake safety. I'm Matt Lindsley, reporting for NewsBreak.
Utah's very own Kirk Jowers is leaving the Hinckley Institute for something Utah students never expected. Alex Wiles has the story.
Kirk Jowers leaving his post as director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics. He's held the position for 10 years, but is moving on to take a new job at an essential oils company, doTERRA.
I had accomplished what I had set out to, and Hinckley was in a great financial situation, and so I felt like it gave me the opportunity to leave.
As the Institute's fourth director, Jowers nearly left his post to make a run for governor when Governor Huntsman stepped down. He also considered running for a Senate seat currently held by Mike Lee, but backed out because of personal ties he had with other candidates.
You know, it might actually be easier to run from the private sector.
So does this mean Jowers will make a run for office in his new position?
I honestly don't see running for office in my foreseeable future. At the same time, I really believe in it. That's what I do every day, is try to get students involved.
And that's the thing he will miss most about serving as director.
There are some individual students who I'll love the rest of my life, and I've kind of lived my life in decades, and I think for the next decade at least, I'll try to make the most out of this next job.
Jason Perry will take over as interim director of the Hinckley Institute of Politics. Now, 20 candidates have expressed interest in becoming the 5th director. Jowers said that 4 or 5 of those candidates are emerging as strong candidates. His final day will be June 30th. Reporting for NewsBreak, I'm Alex Wiles.
Andrew Gallinger had the opportunity to sit down with former producer of The Tonight Show. Stay with us for that and more after the break.
The University of Utah Communication Department offers innovative and hands-on classes to help you gain the experience you need to reach your career goals, such as Voices of Utah, taught by Professor Mingan.
Voices of Utah is an online multimedia reporting project. It's really an important class for getting out into the community, for learning more about your community. Every semester we focus on a different group in Salt Lake City or in Utah, and students go out and learn more about that community and its issues and topics and problems.
Welcome back into NewsBreak. I'm Andrew Gallinger here with Dave Berg, longtime producer of The Tonight Show. Dave, tell me about what it was like working on such a prestigious show and with somebody of the caliber of Jay Leno in the broadcasting and in entertainment industry.
Well, because it's so iconic and has been around 61 years now, it was indeed prestigious, and so that was a little bit unnerving. But also, you're working with a guy like Jay Leno, who's pretty much about as down to earth as it gets. So there was that combination of normalcy in an odd sort of way, but then also working at this iconic show, and also a chaotic show because it's a daily comedy show, and it was all of those things.
And with it being a comedy show, there were a lot of jokes. Late night television, you're gonna probably have more colorful type of material than you would in, say, prime time type of television. What was it like for you to be involved in the inner workings of putting a show together, and what were you specifically involved in?
Well, there were a number of questions in that question. I'll answer starting with the last one. What did I basically do? As a producer at a variety or comedy show, basically what you do is you bring in the guests. You book the guests and you produce their segments. Help them with questions and elements in the segments such as pictures and videos and that sort of thing.
Okay, and lastly, let's move to your new book that's coming out about your time. Tell me about that.
It's called Behind the Curtain, an Insider's View of Jay Leno's Tonight Show. And it was just, I guess I felt a compulsion to pay tribute to Jay Leno for the time that he was at the Tonight Show. And I don't want it to seem like it's really dry to read. It's really a bunch of kind of fun anecdotes about what it was like working behind the scenes. But it also pays tribute to what Jay brought to late night television, which I think was a political sensibility in the monologue and in the guest segments.
All right, thank you, Dave. Now let's head back to the anchor desk.
Basketball hype is over. We are into spring sports. Once facing adversity to losing senior gymnast Tori Wilson in an injury, the Utah Red Rocks found their way to a second-place finish at Nationals, just trailing Florida by half of a point. However, senior gymnast Georgia DeBritz was the NCAA uneven bars champion, earning a perfect 10, along with being awarded the AAI award, which goes to the top senior gymnast of the year. Greg Martson has also announced his retirement as the gymnastics coach after 40 years in the program. Utah men's spring golf is finishing their season, coming off a fourth-place finish in Santa Barbara last weekend, with junior golfer Brandon Kita finishing in the top 5. They now head to the Pac-12 Championships in Pullman, Washington, April 29th through the 27th. Utah baseball is midway through their season now, standing at 13-23. Their next 6 games, starting through tomorrow through May 3rd, will be held at Smith's Ballpark in Salt Lake City. As for women's basketball, 2015 West Coast Conference Co-Coach of the Year, Lynn Roberts, has been named Utah's new head coach. And although football season is months away, the Utah Red and White Spring Game is this Saturday at 1 p.m. It is a free event, and hopefully it can hold over all those anti-football fans till the season comes this fall. That's it for this edition of NewsBreak. Thanks for watching. I'm Marquis McLean.